Other interesting political news, you now have the FBI admitting that the Hunter Biden laptop is real, which, fascinating. Yet another conspiracy theory proven true. That was one of the most, I would say, important topics when it comes to the 2020 election, because it showed Biden, or Hunter Biden specifically, it showed how he had nefarious dealings with companies all over the planet and governments all over the planet. And again, it shows how mentally vacuous he is. Pictures of himself doing illegal things, including substances and employing, well, it's not really employing, hiring women for adult services. Not tax services, but you know what I mean. And yeah, when we were first told, we had 50 experts from the FBI, or 50 retired FBI experts saying, oh, no, this is totally disinformation, not real. You had most social media companies shut down the story. You know, another reason to, again, if you can physically do it, you have some extra budget. That's why I recommend paying for X Twitter. So the only social media that I pay for, I do it for my personal profiles as my professional profiles. And it's one of those things where it's the only website dedicated to free speech. And after the 2020 election, they polled people, said, hey, if you knew that the laptop story was real, if you knew about it, because again, it was very much, they shut that story down. Facebook wouldn't let you post it. They immediately just delete it. And again, these are small sample sizes. I think these surveys and polls were up to 1,500 people, but they surveyed Democrats who said, hey, we know you voted for Biden. If you, Joe Biden, if you knew the Hunter Biden laptop is real, would you still vote for him? And the percentage of people who said they would not was great enough to sway the election. Granted, polls can be very precarious at times. Yeah, I wonder what are going into it. Yeah, geographic diversity. You have to know if it's a swing state. But it wasn't at 0%. There are many people who would change their vote because of it. And this is again going viral because it finally did admit it. Now, Elon also pulled this up. So this was first posted by, I'll read this whole thing, Kanokia the Great, who says, quote, the FBI admitted in court that the Hunter Biden laptop is real. Here's 20 minutes of Joe Biden, U.S. intelligence officials, and the American media claiming that Hunter Biden's laptop was Russian disinformation. The FBI had possession of Hunter's laptop since December 2019. Leading up to the 2020 election, Twitter and Facebook censored the Biden laptop story because the FBI warned them of potential hack and leak operation targeting Hunter Biden. The FBI knew that Hunter's laptop was real the entire time. In 2022 October, Mark Polo published a 640-page report on the Biden laptop that meticulously documents 459 crimes involving the Biden family and their associates. The report gives evidence of Foreign Agents Relations Act, FARA, violations, money laundering, and tax fraud found on Hunter's laptop. It also exposes how federal law enforcement agencies, influenced by politics, protected the Biden family from prosecution while targeting President Biden's primary election opponent, Donald Trump. Shame on all these people for lying to the American people, rigging our election, and destroying the integrity of our nation. And Elon reposted with his guessy emoji, the suspicious emoji, the one where you're like that. And yet, went viral. Got 21.4 million views and 226,000 likes. Now, Tom Moore brings up the fact saying 51 spies who lied include John Brennan, CIA, 2020-10, election interference. It is a post from the New York Post that says spies who lied, 51 intelligence experts refused to apologize for discrediting the true Hunter Biden story. Which, of course, why would they apologize? They're evil. Like 119 likes. Let's see. And Mays says, don't forget Chucky, and says in 2020, Chuck Schumer lied to the American people by claiming the Hunter Biden laptop was a Russian-generated conspiracy theory. Or, as most people call them these days, just previews to the truth. Now, we got Chuck Schumer here.
Instead of having hearings and oversight on that, they're coming up with these ridiculous conspiracy theories on Obama. And Chairman Johnson wants to go after Biden and this Hunter Biden's conspiracy theory, which came from the Russians of all people. This is amazing to me. What alternative universe do they live in? Spending their time on discredited conspiracy theories against Obama, against Biden, instead of dealing with the greatest crisis we've had in America in decades and decades and decades. What universe are they in? What is in their heads? They don't have to agree with me on everything that should be done about the crisis, but why aren't they talking about it instead of absurd, often Russian-generated conspiracy theories?
Yeah, never forget the Russian dossier was also manufactured by Hillary Clinton and turned out, or the Steele dossier, sorry, turned out to be total crap, just making up lies about your opponent. And all she got was a slap on the wrist, and not the playful kind of bedroom. She just got a small fine. Never really brought to court, never really held accountable. Now, for the record, I should say Hillary Clinton is totally beautiful and brilliant, obviously, of course. I would never say anything pejorative about her, would never accuse her of being a horrific monster who has a statistically unusual high number of people around her who just coincidentally commit suicide. I should just say she's handsome, brilliant, and I would just want to say for the record, I do plan to live a long and fruitful life for many, many years and would never prematurely end it. Just throwing it out there, just saying. Now, going back to the comments, you have, see, scrolling down more and more. Yeah, Sassafras84 says Trump is right. The swamp is deep. This picture of a sad-looking guy says, I wake up. Democrats do something blatantly illegal. GOP politicians are outraged. Nothing happens. And it's a circle just repeats. Which, yeah, they got 787 likes. And yeah, that's what's disappointing. A lot of rhinos, who are pejoratively known as Republicans in name only, who every once in a while will do some pontificating and they'll do some virtue signaling, which is ironic because they critique Democrats for doing that. Now, at least Democrats will actually do something. They'll actually vote accordingly. Republicans, I'll never forget, they had the House, they had the Senate, and they had the White House, and they still could not get the suppressors off the NFA Act of 1934, which would allow people to buy it on a standard 4473 paperwork and background check. So to this day, if you want to buy a suppressor, you have to pay a $200 tax stamp to the U.S. Treasury Department. You have to do an additional passport photo ID, you have to have fingerprints taken, and a long trial of paperwork. Oh, yeah, and you also have to pay local sales tax on that, which I don't think you should be able to sales tax something that is a human right. But yep, that is still the process today because they had the bill, but they didn't even bring it up to vote. Supposedly they had the votes, and that they did nothing. Which is why I'm usually pessimistic about an overwhelming majority of politicians often right. Someday we'll get some that'll do something, which is yet another reason to research people before you vote for them, not just because they have a D or R next to their name. Look at their policies, look at their track record, what do they actually do? Again, I'll get off my soapbox, though. I was going to say nowadays soapboxes are made out of cardboard, so I'm not sure how sturdy that would be, but nevertheless. Going down more and more, JV says, never forget Hunter laptop is real. It says, no, Hunter Biden spent $872,000 on female adult services, adult content, sex clubs over 4 years. Again, how stupid is this? Granted, he's also high. Yeah, it's a picture of Hunter taking a picture of himself. That got, again, not doing appropriate things, that got 66 likes. Going down more and more. I'll be back says criminals do spy on you, and it's all the pictures of the politicians. See here. I'll be back says, how do you dare support a convicted felon? It says every Democrat voter, and then it says a statue of George Floyd getting 409 likes, which let's say is also apples to oranges comparison, pun obviously intended. Let's see. I'll be back also says, if he's fit for office, then he's fit for trial. Mentally unfit for trial means mentally unfit for president. I got 294 likes. This picture of Biden looking old. And yeah, that was the reason why Biden was not prosecuted for having the improper storage of classified documents. Again, Trump is the court case is currently pending, or they put it on hold, but he's been brought to court for that. And yet Biden, the reason why they chose not to prosecute him, the U.S. government, the DOJ, interviewed him, and they said he's not mentally fit to stand trial. Which, again, how that doesn't concern more Americans is beyond me. Again, that got 294 likes. Let's see. I'll be back also says Twitter traitor. This is one of the criminals that censored the Hunter Biden story, Vijaya Gotti. She should be in prison. Getting 715 likes, or sorry, 715 likes more accurately. Yeah. So yeah, overwhelmingly roasted, and yet at the end of the day, I mean, is anyone actually going to be held accountable? Is anyone actually going to be, critique anything more than just an angry tweet going to happen from the GOP? Are any of those consultants going to be permanently blacklisted so they're not hired again when they're asked for their opinion? When they said, oh yeah, we think it's fake. It means they're either lying or inept. Hard to say which. No, I think lying is probably worse. Yeah, I'd say lying is worse than inept. I was about to debate that, but let me know in the comments. Are you surprised that we now even have the government even admitting that's true? As always, let me know in the comments. I'd be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you could click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, leaving a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment is a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.